You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hi, if you're struggling with your relationship or you just can't seem to find the right one, author Gerald Manuel has written an enlightening new book entitled How to Identify Your Spiritual Soulmate. You may order a copy today from Amazon.com or at BarnesandNoble.com. This book is sure to answer many of the questions you may have. Thank you and God bless you.
Hey, it's Robin Lynne from Robin Lynne's Productions, and you're now listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.
You are listening to PositivePower21.org with Jerry Royce.
What up? It's your boy Kano Kingston.
Hi, this is Angel Sessions.
Hey, this is Pat. Hi, I'm Teresa Powell.
Hi, Jerry. This is Ira Sandro Carter.
Hi, this is Phil Powers.
Hello, this is Teresa Bobby with Jerry Royce Live.
Hi, I'm Philip Barron. I'm live on the Jerry Royce Show.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Houston Saint.
Peace, this is Dahlia the poet, spoken word artist.
Hello, this is Ramon Marquis with Jerry Royce Live.
All right, everyone. You got Robin Lynne, and I'm keeping it live right now on Jerry Royce Live.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? This is a award-winning podcast with the greatest podcast on earth. Thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide on Internet Radio, where you get your positive on. So when it's all positive, it's all power. That's positive power. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Think you know how drugs get in those little brown bottles? Think again. Set in the green hills of western New Jersey, inside the gilded halls of power of a U.S. pharmaceutical company where decisions are worth billions of dollars and human lives worth less. Nicholas Harding, a young executive at Marshall Pharmaceutical, finds his career, family, and life in jeopardy. The Farmhouse, a suspense thriller novel by Bill Powers, published by Donna Inc. Publications, available at Amazon.com or DonnaInc.org. Go to Bill's webpage at www.authorBillPowers.com.
Are you looking for the next great read? A book filled with love, passion, betrayal, and intrigue. The award-winning novel, Season of Change, by Tamika Patrice Kane is sure to satisfy your literary sweet tooth. Check out this must-read book reviewers are calling uplifting and emotional. And exceptionally great read, deeply intense and thought-provoking. Order your copy today, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon.com or at www.tamikapatrice.com.
Are you an author looking for promotional services or a reader looking for a great read at low prices? In this competitive world of books, Writing Royalty Promotions is dedicated to bringing authors and readers together to build a greater respect for literature through our various promotional services and online bookstore. So head over to WritingRoyaltyPromotions.com and check us out.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us and welcome to PositivePower21.org. I am Jerry Royce Live Worldwide and you're listening to episode 339. That's right, 339 with Robin Lynne. Robin Lynne Productions from VibeLive.com is here in the studio for us tonight. But before we bring her on, listen to a word from our sponsor. All right, so everybody hold tight for a few seconds while we hear from my man, James Deshay. That's right, the poetry man. He's romance.
Are you looking for a great book of poetry that is romantic, heartfelt, and full of male emotion? Then get Thoughts, Love, and Reflections by James K. Deshay. That's D-E-S-H-A-Y. Go to www.jamesdeshay.com. You will enjoy Thoughts, Love, and Reflections.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and we want to say thank you so much for being part of PositivePower21.org. To see everybody hitting up on our YouTube video. Yes, Jerry was live in the community. That's right, Saturday, hanging out at Dan's Cigar Lounge with some positive brothers and some positive sisters. Of course, they was having a good time with their good cognac and their expensive cigars, and we enjoyed some listening pleasure with Jazzy Blue out of Washington, D.C. will be coming to Blues Alley, I believe, in June. So we're looking forward to that. Of course, we can get in because once the word get out, we love our jazz here in Baltimore and D.C. That's right, the whole Maryland area. There's not a lot of those groups, but when they do perform it, everybody do show up in big numbers. All right, tonight we have Robin Lynne on the show. We had her here before. She's here for a really good cause. She's based down there in Florida doing her thing. She's one of the top podcasters in the country. That's right, worldwide. We're learning from her. But she's here to talk about a really, really hot topic called Man Up. What's the urgency for men to man up now, especially what's going on, because almost every other week, according to the president, a brother's going down by the bullet of a police officer. And of course, it's even worse when it comes to crime, black on black crime. That's right. They always say, black lives do matter, but we all got to step up. We need our clergymen. We need our community leaders. We need our teachers, our principals, everybody, local, federal government. Everybody got to come together. It's time. And the good thing that happened with the group that I'm dealing with, called Inner Sanctum Group, which I'll tell you, a group of local and federal police officers and entrepreneurs and some lawyers and owner of Dan's Cigar Lounge. They're talking about these kind of things. And we're going to be joining them in some of their meetings to find out what are some of the ideas they're coming up with to try to reach some of these young people. That's right, so they can have a future in this world. That's right, good future. Just like we have, the way we came up, and be positive. Now, she's going to have Judge Joseph Brown on her show tomorrow night. It's going to be Wednesday, April 29th, between 6. I'm not sure how long the show going to run, but she's going to give you all the information you're going to need. The calling number is going to be right here on the landing page on Spreaker. We'll try to get it out on our website for you also so you can join in tomorrow. They're going to be talking about this group called Family Distress. That's right. They serve men, women, and children in all areas of life. And they include mentoring, coaching, and development. It's their goal to provide the whole community spirit and bring resolution to violent situation, natural disaster, community organized response to emergencies, as well as working with educational entities and mentoring children and parents in the community. They invite you to support their vision of their foundation by purchasing a copy of some books that they are going to be releasing. They are a 501c3 organization, so everything is tax deductible. Their website is www.familyindistress.org. And they have a phone number for you. It's 305-316-3772. And again, that will be on the landing page if you have the app for Spreaker.com/PositivePower21, or just come out to PositivePower21.org and you will see it on our home page. Okay, no further ado. Lady Robin Lynne, what's going on? How you doing tonight?
I am doing great, and so are you. You did such a good job, world's greatest podcaster. I don't even need to say that more. Thank you. Good night.
Oh, I just love it, Robin. Just love it. Especially now. We got. It's like a. We need what we're doing. We found our purpose. Dealing with the community, putting the word out there, because people listening to us, all over the world. Internet travels, and you know more than anybody how it travels because you do so well with it. So tell us a little bit about Robin. So who is Robin Lynne? Before you get into, talking about distressed family, we want to know again, who is Robin Lynne?
Well, I'm a minister, first and foremost. I love God, and I love spreading the word of God. But I have a passion for helping people. And I've got this gift. I'm just like a computer whiz, and especially on the Internet. There's nothing I can't do on the Internet. And so I just go around. I call myself an Internet producer, and I just go around on the Internet, just providing tech support. and supporting others in their ministries and in their line, field. Anything that you can do, I can probably support it when it comes to on the internet. So if you need a website, if you need exposure, airplay, promotion, several radio stations, radio blogs, and all that. But as much as I'm out here co-hosting and blogging, I'm really more of a behind-the-scenes person, and I'm happiest in the support role. So, I call Robin Lynne Productions a cornucopia of entertainment, education, network, and support services.
You something else. You are something else. I always tease you about I need that video, but I know you working hard, making things happening down in Florida, and it's good that you're down that way. Up here, I'm meeting some people trying to do the same thing. A guy he's networking through New York to West Virginia, trying to do some things with some people in that area. And I'm finding out there's a lot of people trying to do things that's on the internet, not just come on here and just be clowning all the time. It's like some people really doing some serious stuff. And I can see how God is really blessing us too, giving us the what we need, the resources to even reach even further, bringing the right people to it. Of course, when you get started, you're trying to entertain whoever you can to get started. But now he got us going upward. Now we got to do our thing, and you doing your thing, lady. That's why I call you Lady Robin Lynne. You ain't no just Robin Lynne production. You Lady Robin Lynne.
Oh,
that's right. Man, start calling you madam. Shoot.
I'm glad that you mentioned about the internet, because with the social networking and the social marketing, it just levels the playing field. And it gives everyone really a fair shot, and you don't even have to have a lot of money to do it. And the internet, everything is going to the internet and the mobile platform. Everyone is getting their entertainment and their content on demand, and so you need to be able to get to those mobile devices and on the internet and all of that. And again, podcasting, it's just the way to go. And so you've got an exchange of information and knowledge and technology, and it's just awesome. It's some of the greater exploits that God spoke of back in the Bible. Greater exploits.
Yes. Absolutely. And it's funny, how you talk about technology, because I got to take my hat off to Spreaker. Of course, it was a little challenging for me in the beginning to really try to connect, the platform we have to Spreaker, because I think, like you mentioned before, it's really designed for DJs, uploading their music, their MP3 files. But as long as we can find another platform to offer a strong audio, clear, sounding just like where we are now with, using the teleconference system or whatever. As long as you can get an MP3 FLAV or MP4 file and upload it, they're going to give you super quality, so it has to happen on your end. And then with the equipment that you can purchase now, the laptops and the desktops are so reasonable now. You can have, I got monitors all over the place, so I don't have to hold on, where I pull that up. I can have everything up that I want. And where I'm going at is, when I was at that event on Saturday, my buddy, which he called, we like brothers. We grew up with each other since we were in grade school. He was going around telling everybody, we broadcasting in 15, 20 countries. You got Juris Live right here, because I was putting it on my YouTube channel, but I was actually recording it, But then this one guy walked up on me. I guess he had a couple cognacs and some cigars. He was feeling like, he walks up on me and say, "Jerry was live. You're not live. I'm on your website right now." I was like, uh-oh. I said, uh-oh. I told my boy, I said, man, I got to really go live, man. Luckily, I had my tablet with me, which I use as my camera. It's, it's like a little carry case, nice and pad. I can, do whatever I want with it, show it up like a TV. It does everything. I can hook it up to a tripod. So I ended up going to Spreaker, hit the live button. I connected to the guy's Wi-Fi on the instant, and man, I was live like in seconds.
Yeah.
He recorded everything so clearly, and people were actually checking it out through their Bluetooth.
Yeah, that app, that Spreaker app on the cell phones, man, that's hot. It has an excellent mic, and you just get, oh my goodness, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna broadcast all my stuff from my little cell phone. It's like,
so I just,
like I said, I had my right
tablet.
Now. Hey.
That thing was awesome. I mean, because I carry like an 8-inch Samsung tablet, and it's inside of a little foam case, and you flip. It can do all kinds of things for people. I use it at ball games for my son's football game and everything, and it was a really clean broadcast. I mean, it picked up the band nice and clear.
Yeah.
So everybody was really impressed. I've been playing the show all, pretty much most of the week, and it's doing
Shout
well.
out to Spreaker. Shout out to Spreaker.
Awesome platform. So I would just say keep up the good work. And I think that's a new app. If you come to think of it, I don't think it's been out there long. That new app.
No, less than a year. I want to say about 7-8 months now, if that long.
Yeah. So and it runs on an iOS system too. I haven't used it on my phone yet, but I think I did use it when I went to the Stevie Wonder concert, and that came out really nice too. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I didn't cheat Stevie by going live though. I just recorded it for my own listening pleasure. I didn't want to do that.
Man, I ain't even gonna front. I will broadcast live. I will take Vibes Live on the road in a heartbeat. I don't care. I'm doing what I do, Jerry. I'm
right with you. Yeah, but I'm right with you now. I said if I'm out there in the community, and I think I told some people, that Brandon is actually entertaining the idea. Well, he actually has started the paperwork, the process, everything. The smoothie truck is in the process, and Jerry was live going to be on the road with him when he does these events. So we're looking to have everything probably in motion probably by the summer. So we're really excited about that. Helping him out and going live right there on the smoothie truck.
That is awesome. I'm the Productions and Promotions Manager for Freedom Doors Ministries blog talk radio show, Jesus in the Morning. And Evangelist Barbara Mack, she used to double back in the afternoon. And so she would go to downtown Jacksonville, where are we at, Florida? And she would take sandwiches and food and pass the bags out. And then she would call. I'd be on the other end, and I'd fire up the show again, and we used to do shout out to Jesus in the afternoon. And so as we were passing, as she was giving the food out, the people would come on the air and give a little 2-minute, 2-second shout out, shout out to God. And so that going on the road is really, it's really exciting, and it's always a great element. You'll always have content, and that's really going to draw a lot of people, both listeners and content for your show. So that's a brilliant idea. You run with that. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And
that's a good idea too, because. Now, I was going to say that's a good idea, too, because you have a lot of strong Bible studies with men going on Wednesdays and Thursday nights. You got a lot of discussion that people probably would love to hear. So that's one of the things I was looking at doing to see what's going on right here in my community with some men groups and see if they would be interested in, being involved with a live podcast for what they're trying to do for God's people. Yeah, good idea. Yeah. Awesome.
See,
we got to step it up, right?
Yes, the family in distress. I love these guys so much that I actually moved to Florida so that I could serve and work with them. So that's how much I love them. And so they've got the weekly radio blog on Wednesday, and they talk about different topics, and we'll have guest speakers as we can. They do the mentoring and development coaching and stuff. They've got an awesome Classy Ladies program every other Saturday, and then they've also got Rated M for Manly, and then we've got the Sunday sermons and Bible studies and things like that. And so, these are the things that are really empowering in the network, in the community. I'm sorry, I'm stuck my head is a network. Everything is network for me now. So
still a network. Still a network. It's still same thing, just offline. Still a network.
So, when you're, and it's all about giving back. God blesses us to be a blessing. And a lot of times when we overcome and rise up and start doing good and stuff like that, we kind of tend to forget where we come from, see? And then all we want to do is just sit up and have 5 cars and a big old house. And all, you can only drive one car at a time. Your butt can only sit in one chair in one room at a time. And we don't.
So I gotta get one back. Is that what you say? I gotta get one car back.
No. But what you want to do is if you see someone in need, go on and give them what they need, and with no qualifications too. Don't make them jump through no hoops. Don't judge them and how you got in this place and how you're going to get yourself out of it. If you got it to give up, give it up. Because somebody did that very thing for you. God did. So, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I
can give them the car payment too then. Yeah, what we got to do to help our people, get them to, show them the way, show them how to do it. I always think about that story in the Bible where it talked about, how Jesus, fed everybody with one loaf of bread, or he showed them how to fish so they'd be able to feed themselves. I always think about that, showing people how to do it, provide and be empowered. To empower is like, giving people stuff all the time is not empowering them. It's okay to do it, but I say let's show them how to do it for themselves also. Let's give them something even more powerful than just one meal for that day. Show them how to be able to provide for themselves and their families. Like I like what some of the NFL players are doing. Those guys just don't show up on Turkey Day. They have foundations that are providing ongoing efforts. That's why I feel so bad when those guys get traded off to another team, because then now that program is gone.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part of it. You can't legacy. You don't live on.
And see, the sad part. Now, this is the sad part. It's really great that someone is doing that they're giving these turkeys and they got the ongoing things like that. But what's sad about it is that's an extraordinary thing. See, we all should be seeing about each other like that on a daily basis. That it should be no extraordinary thing that we're giving kudos because somebody steps up.
That's right.
And so, I don't know, I kind of think differently than everybody else, but
Yeah. But I always look at it like this: when one guy step away, another one step right in his place. God has another one with even more money to step right in his spot and keep it going. I heard Ray Lewis was coming to town because he always claimed this to be a city, and I thought that was real big for him to just put aside or whatever he had going on. I think draft day was going on. He was supposed to be up, I think, in Chicago. He's like, forget that. My city needs me, and that guy is here. Because I think I heard him talking to somebody. Now, he wasn't trying to, be on the platform with the mayor. He didn't ask for none of that. He's back there in the scene with the clergymen trying to mobilize and get those guys. Because sometimes you do need that one leader. Sometimes the guys, they all leaders in their own church, but they may not know how to lead other leaders. And people forget about that. Martin Luther King was leading other leaders. He weren't just leading the people. He used those guys to do that. And we don't really have that guy. That's what people think. Do we have? And then, they're looking at the mayor. The mayor's like, this never happened before. Nobody know what to do. Even the governor, he just started. He didn't know what to do. He wasn't going to call Martin the mayor. He never experienced a doggone riot before in Baltimore. I mean, the guy that was here in '68 is not here. So nobody knew what to do. They didn't know. They couldn't call the Ferguson or call to the North Carolina and say, what did you guys do? Because they didn't do it right. Nobody knew. Now the government probably got to step in and say, okay, we need to put a plan in effect to handle rioting and looting. Because it's all the same. They all reacting, from frustration, of something, go ahead.
This This is why I love. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yes, I did. This is why I love Judge Joe Brown, because see, you know, his show is not running anymore. You know, he could be sitting back and just watching everything. Okay,
yes,
but see, when he got the call, you know, and we said, you know, would you please come on and talk about what is the urgency? And it couldn't be at the timing couldn't be better. You know, about the urgency for men to man up and step up.
That's right.
See, and going out there fighting and looting and rioting. That's not manning up, people. It's not. You know, at some point we need to sit down and begin to have some real dialogue, because with dialogue there always comes resolution. And so, you know, and it's not a race thing. There's actually more white people being killed by the police than there are black. So blacks feel more. Yes. Yeah, I'll get the stats. I saw them somewhere. I'll get them and send them to you.
Wow, I did not know that. Nobody's talked about that, because I know I saw a group of advocates on the march today that were Asians and Caucasians that were marching, and they were marching because of that young man that got killed, but nobody was talking about the fact it was a race thing. They just said this is something that needs to be taken care of because it's happened too many times. You know? So obviously they must knew something, but they didn't say it on camera, because a lot of people probably don't know what you just said. And I think they knew that. 'Cause there was a lot of Caucasians and Asians that was among the blacks today that were on the street marching in thousands today. You know, came together.
And they're not gonna talk about that. See, because it's not. They want people to think that it's a race thing, because they want us fighting amongst each other and fighting each other, so that they can, you know, there's some bigger things going on. There's some more devastating things going on, like in the government and in the CIA and in the wars and all this kind of stuff. And they don't want us having enough time or the inclination that we're going to discover this, you know, what's really going on. And so it's really, really sad that that people are expendable, whoever they are. You know, it's always they, and we never seem to see them, but they have a lot to say, and they have a lot of power. And it's just really sad that they will let people be expendable and pit them against each other. You know, and then the next thing you know, our finances are collapsing. The housing is collapsing. The job market is collapsing, and everyone is really surprised. But if you open your eyes and look around, all the writing's on the wall. So pay attention. So I'm really appreciating Judge Joe Brown coming up. Don't you want to ask me how I landed Judge Joe Brown?
Well, you did kind of tell us that, you know, he was just sitting around, and he wanted to step up. But I'm gonna ask you. I was gonna say, you know, we're gonna come to him on the second half of the show. We're gonna take a quick break, and we come back. We're gonna talk about your special guest, Judge Joseph Brown, my man. You know, that's my stepfather. That's my father-in-law's favorite judge. So he was a little disappointed. You know, when they took him up. But he had a long run, though. He had a really long run, which was very good. So we're going to bring him up on the second half of the show, because we want to keep our audience tuned in for the entire show. We don't want to just give them all the goods early, and then they ban the program, right?
Okay.
All right, so hold tight, Robin. Be patient now. All right, y'all, this is Jerry Voice Live and Robin Lynn. That's right, Madam Robin Lynn. We on Positive Power 21.org, so hold tight. We got a message from Reese World Publishing.
Are you an avid reader of urban fiction, looking for drama, suspense, and more? Reese World Publishing is dedicated to bringing the world's best literature to our readers. Urban fiction, erotica, sci-fi, mainstream fiction, and children's literature are just some of the genres produced by our diversified family of authors. You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at our website, www.reeseworldpublishing.com.
Tanika Gonzalez, spoken word poet. Whenever I'm online, I'm always listening to Jerry Royce Live. You can find Jerry on www.spreaker.com. Positive Power 21.
All right, everybody, we're back. We're talking to Robin-Lynne. That's right, a Vibe Live. She's on Spreaker.com /show/family in distress. And she's going to have a special guest. The call number will be 857-232-0159, and your PIN is 473012. It will be on the landing page on the show, so don't stress yourself. Her special guest is Judge Joseph Brown. He was everybody's favorite. Everybody. Of course, there's a few of them were out there, but people love court shows, and that is a fact. And let's read a little bit about him. Raised in South Central Los Angeles, Brown graduated at the top of his class at Dorsey High School, then earned a bachelor's degree in political science, and in 1973, a Juris Doctor and degree at UCLA. While in law school, Brown worked as a substitute teacher. He's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. Brown became the first African-American prosecutor in the city of Memphis. He would later open his own law practice before becoming a judge on the state criminal court of Shelby County, Tennessee. Judge Brown is well known for his syndicated show, Judge Joe Brown, an American arbitration-based reality show that premiered on September 14, 1998, and ran through 2012-13 television season. And he will be on Madam Robin-Lynne show tomorrow night. So again, the number is on the landing page. So don't forget, it's at 6 o'clock p.m. and it should be available on demand. Is that right, Robin?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be available on demand, and I'm going to be resharing it and reposting it and everything. You won't even have to Google it. Just turn on. If you turn the computer on, it's going to be there, I promise.
They're going to just start talking to you. That's right. All right. That is awesome. So how did you land the great Judge Joseph Brown on your show? I mean, I know you are the podcast of the year on Spreaker.com, so it wasn't that hard to do. But how did it happen in your own words?
In my own words, I have a secret weapon. 2 words. Ba'id o ba'id.
Doing your thing. He's the man.
Daoud is my publicist, and he and I were sitting and we were conversing on the phone one day, and he says, I was just asked if I wanted to interview Judge Joe Brown. He said, but I passed on it. And I'm just like rolling my eyes, rolling my breath, falling out. I'm like, can I interview him? And he goes, yeah. Just like that. And so I think a couple of days after that, his assistant called, and Judge Joe was on the line with her. And so we set it up, and we're doing the gosh darn thing tomorrow, just like that. Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to Daoud Obaid. I want to thank you, man, because you got me doing some BET stuff and some CBS stuff and things like this and things like that.
That's right. That's right, Daoud. He is the man. He, one thing about him, he had disappeared for a little while. Then when he come back, he got something big and better for us. My man. Now, so is Judge Joseph Brown one of his clients, or is just part of a connection?
I didn't even ask him. I don't believe he's one of his clients. So, but I think that he does work with with Judge Joe Brown's assistant, and so I think that they've interviewed Bill Cosby before. Mm-hmm. And so from that connection, I think that's where, where that's the doorway. But I don't know. I don't care.
Well, I mean, the one thing I learned about
I really don't
these guys,
I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes we don't really care. As long as they get it done. But one thing I can say about Dario, a lot of those guys, they network. Another plus, Dario, he's been in the industry for a while. A lot of people don't realize he's actually been in terrestrial radio himself, so he knows a lot of the people out on the West Coast. That we're not, we're not close with. He rub elbows with those people probably on the daily. So all you got to do is ask, right? Just ask.
Yeah.
He's like a genie. What is your wish? And he'll make it happen.
It's like, I just be sitting up, I'm always talking. And I'm always pushing the limit. I'm still trying to broadcast to Saturn and Jupiter and beyond and all that. The 27th galaxy. And so I always have ideas that just coming out of my mouth. I wonder if I can do this. I want to do that. And then every so once in a while, a lot of every so once in a while, actually, he'll come back and he'll say, "Oh, let me see what I can do about that."
That's right.
So a closed mouth does not get fed. That's all I can tell you, And it's just really, if you have an idea, if you have a goal, if there's something that you want to accomplish, go ahead and open your mouth, okay? Don't look at people like, I'm not going to say nothing because they don't know nothing about it. They would never know what to do. You never know who it is, okay?
That's right.
And so, and if it's me, if you come and bring your idea to me, and maybe I don't know nothing about it or I can't do nothing about it, but I bet you I know that somebody that does, you see?
That's right.
And we all have that in common. And so I just put that out there for everyone to be encouraged and to go for those things that you want to do, because especially with the internet and social networking, you really can do what you want. It's just,
you sure can.
You can do
I'm surprised
how
I'm surprised how interested some of these folks who've been on terrestrial radio and TV for so long, how they love podcasters. They love coming on talking to, like, some of them. Like I remember one agent told me, he says a lot of them only have like 10 people listening to them, but that's 10 people that's listening to the show that, otherwise, you wouldn't be able to reach them. And you don't know who these people know, because social media is so big. Once you send that file out there, and one of the things, and it's out there because, even though, Spreaker, they count out plays and things. Like sometimes I say, wow, heck, this show only had 20 people last night, and next thing you know, the different shows are starting to add up, and next thing you know, you had about 3,000-4,000 plays for that week. So it's up to you to keep it moving. And then you ask people to keep it moving.
And if you keep resharing your content, what you want to do is you want to get you a auto poster. So if you have Tumblr or a Buffer, they both will allow you to set a queue. And so all you have to do is load up your post one time, and then it will post it out at however many intervals you set it to during the day. So I've got my Tumblr is set to post 10 times a day between midnight and midnight, and then my Buffer, I have that set to set out once every hour, you see? And so when I load up, whatever it is I load up, it's going to put that content out there. And when you take your older content and you reshare it, it's just like re-airing it again. And that's what gives us the advantage over terrestrial, because terrestrial radio, once they air it, it's aired, you see? And if people don't tune in, they miss it. So we have a distinct advantage. Plus, don't be discouraged if no one, or if it seems like no one is listening to your show live. Number one, there's no tool out there that can actually aggregate every listener that's out there. And we have people listening in by shortwave and things like that. And these measures don't always show up. And satellite and all that, they don't show up. And everyone is getting their entertainment on demand. Okay? So that means, when you're live, they may be sleeping, they may be working, but they like your content. They will go in there and they will watch it at their leisure. And that's how that happens. So that's the reason why you want to keep putting your show out there, and don't be discouraged when you because listen, I get between 400 and 1,000 people to my network every day. Sometimes it's 10,000, sometimes it's only 100, okay? But it's still a steady flow of traffic. And with all those numbers, I'm reaching 577 or 75 or however many thousand people, over 500,000 listeners. And it still feels like I'm not reaching anybody.
Yeah, you're right. Because even on my website, I have like 17,000 people claiming they listen. They come to my website, clicking. I see all these clicks on the books that people have on my site. These people contact me later, say they made the bestseller since they've been on my show. They contact me like a month or two later and say, yeah, I got a lot of clicks from Positive Power. Yep. I was like, really? And I said, wow. Yep. I said, I got to go out there and check what the reports are saying. And I said, whoa. Sometimes you don't know. You're just assuming because you're in here by yourself. You just think it's just you and your guests half the time.
Yeah, and we're left with that feeling because most people don't leave remarks and comments when they're watching.
They keep it moving. Yeah.
And
some people are quiet. It was a guy I haven't seen him in a long time, and I said, "How you doing with your podcast?" Because he does the Game of Thrones, and he said, "Man, I listen to your thing all the time." I said, "Really, Lee?" He said, "Yeah." I was like, "Wow, okay." So you just never know. You just got to keep it moving. Keep it moving.
I started getting feedback from other Spreaker radio shows and channels, and they were telling me, "Yeah, every so once in a while I go on and I listen to your radio show." And I tune in, and some of them say, "Yeah, man, I'm a fan. I listen all the time."
Right.
And then I do, I do the same thing. I'd be like, "Yeah, I got my show on the autopilot up in the cloud, so that's why I can afford to go around and listen to everybody else's show." Because see, what I do is in every network, in every social network that I'm connected with. Every account, I actually do take the time to go through and I listen to other people's shows and I make comments on there and I like their comment and I share it. Now watch this. We know how powerful word of mouth is, right? So on the internet, this is how word of mouth looks like and how it works, okay? You put out a post, you put out something, and it just sits there. The search engine does not recognize it until someone clicks on it. Now you can be the same someone that puts the post out there and the same someone that goes and clicks on it. As soon as you do that, boom, you got it in the search engine. The search engine is going, hello, and it makes it look, okay? Then when you put a like on that comment and you share it out, you go, So then if someone likes that thing that you just put out and liked and commented on yourself, okay, now what you've done is now you put that thing straight to the top of the search engine. Now, we're about to make it 360. We're going to bring it on home, okay? If someone has liked or left a comment on your stuff, you go back to that and you make a comment on that saying thank you or whatever, okay? That's word of mouth. Now, at this point, you want to take the final step and go to that person's site and make a comment or like something on their site. Okay? And that's the full circle. Yes, and that's what word of mouth looks like and how you expect that on the internet. And when you do it like that, you forever have a fan. That person will watch your stuff, look out for your stuff, and share your stuff. Why? Because when you like their stuff, they go, oh, my God, he likes me. And they like you back. You give love, you get love. And that's how you do it. I hope somebody's paying attention because I just told you how to do it.
That's right. They're going to listen to it again. That's engaging. That's right. We're talking to Lady-Robinlynne, Podcaster on Spreaker.com/show/family in distress. Special guest Judge Joseph Brown tomorrow night. You got to check it out. She's supporting family in distress, serving men, women, and children in all areas of life, mentoring, coaching, and development. We got to do our thing, y'all. It's time for us to, and that's what God put us here for, to help each other, not just look at each other and envy each other, but to help each other and push each other to do great and awesome things. Robin Lynn. All right, we're going to take a quick break for Robin Lynn, and then we come back. Robin, you going to bring it on?
Yeah.
Your final thoughts, because I think I got another show coming up. I remember getting a confirmation from my producer, but I'm going to be prepared just in case. All right, you know, all this mayhem out here, people forgetting their job duties, but it's what it is. All right, hold tight. A message from Marilyn Lynn. Marilyn Lynn Dunn. Check it out.
Hi, I am recording artist Marilyn Dunn from St. Louis, Missouri. If you are looking for some soul-stirring, anointed, spiritual, and heartfelt music, visit my website at www.marilyndunnministries.com. Or you can also find me on CD Baby, iTunes, and Reverb Nation. For booking information, contact Mr. Kevin Dunn at 636-856-0551. That's 636-856-0551.
Hi, I am Martha Crystal Alexis, and I'm on Positive Power 21 with Jerry Royce Live. Woohoo!
That's right. You tell them, Crystal. You listen to Jerry Royce Live worldwide on positivepower21.org. That's right, y'all. And we got the world famous one, Robin Lynn. All right, Robin, you ready to bring us home? I know you're going to have a good time tomorrow night. We can't wait. We're going to be listening to you now.
Yeah, I'm just really, really grateful and excited and happy and hopeful, all of that. For all the turmoil that's going on in Baltimore and over in the third world and the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and the CIA, Lord forgive them. Just know that I'm praying for everybody and everything, for all of us, and, you know, just really hoping for the best. I encourage everyone to do what's right, what's good, and what's right, you know. And I encourage everyone to you know, go for your goals, go for your dreams, and to help one another, you know, along the way. And so, you know, even with everything, the turmoil and things that's going on in this world and life these days, you know, it's we really are a blessed people and a blessed nation, you know. Yeah. And so, you know, we just need to act like we know. That's all. So,
that's right.
You know,
that's right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, yeah, we just got to fill up that universe with positive things. That's the deal right now. You know?
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that is just true love.
That's right. You know, and I bet you the universe, the universe probably hasn't heard that song in a long time. So now it's out there.
I wrote that.
Wake it all up. Yeah, wake it up, Robin. There you go. And don't forget, y'all, Robin's gonna be out there at 6 o'clock. It's gonna be on demand too. So if you can't get to your smartphone or your computer, because I know a lot of you sitting at your computer typing, because I deal with a lot of writers. I got a lot of writers that make up my audience. A lot of government people in Maryland, so I know they on the train, so they'll get a chance to tune in on Hot Topics. Man Up. What's the urgency for men to man up? Radio show tomorrow at 6 o'clock. All right. Or listen live. All right. Robin, thank you so much for joining us again. We learn so much from you each and every time. We gotta make this a regular. We can't keep you away too long. You know.
Okay, I'll be back anytime you want. So all you gotta do is just let me know, and I'm gonna be there. I also want to extend an invitation for you to come on Vibes Live as well, because you're doing such a great thing, and I would love to expose my listeners to you. And I sure wouldn't mind syndicating your content through my network either. That would bring in a lot more views. And so, if it's okay with you, that I take your widgets and plant them up on my page, and then I'll promote and share those out too as support and love. Yeah, to the greatest podcaster on the earth. God, I don't know.
You gotta let me know what. And look, you gotta let me know what show I can broadcast too, because Friday nights we broadcasting the hair show with Curry Hines out of New York on Friday night, starting at 10 to 12 or 10 to 1, and then but we got so much space on Friday because I don't do a show on Friday, but I would love to take one of your shows. So if you got a show you have in mind that you think would be a good fit with him, we would love to do that. Yeah, because I do a show out of Florida with Keith and Teresa Powell, gospel music. So they simply awesome, and I think we also stream on a urban magazine up in New York. So everybody's trying to put together, and that's a good thing that we podcast and have to show them how to do it. Because I see too many fights on Facebook too, Robin, with the poets and the authors, and that's just not how you're supposed to do it, y'all. Everybody's gonna get theirs. Everybody can't drive 5 cars. You don't like Robin. You only need one. Right.
You can only drive one at a time. Right. So I don't. Don't get me started. The show is ending.
That's right. The show is ending. Don't get Robin started. Let me end the show, Robin, because I was going to say, for those of you, those of you that got 5 cars because you don't like to fill up and you just drive the one that has more gas than the one you just got up, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Don't leave that alone, right, Robin? Don't leave that alone. All right, you always have a good time with Robin. She's just so funny. We need love like that, Robin. So we're going to spread it out there 40,000 more times tonight, y'all. Let's do it, y'all. All right, Robin, I tell them all the time. They want to hear the good stuff, the real good stuff on positivepower21.org and Spreaker.com/positivepower21 with the Madam lady-robinlynne. You got to listen to Positive Power with Jerry Royce Live. I'm worldwide. Thank you for tuning in to Jerry Royce Live on positivepower21.org and Spreaker.com/positivepower21. This is a Royce Enterprises production. And don't forget about replay on Facebook.com/Jerry Royce Live. All right, y'all. Y'all stay awesome all week long. I'm Jerry Royce Live. I'm worldwide.